Hi Pisces, Pisces placements. Welcome to Pisces Tarot and Advice, and welcome to your daily reading. I hope you're doing well. So let's see what's going on for you today. Whenever you come across this message, take what resonates as it resonates with you. Don't force anything to fit, but do keep in mind if something doesn't make sense. It could be that it's not your reading, but it could also be that it's something that hasn't happened yet, and that's why it doesn't make sense to you. All right, let's see what's going on for Pisces placements. Pisces placements today. What do they need to know for their highest good? And as always, thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments, for subscribing, for hyping the videos. I appreciate all your support. Okay, so let's see what we have going on today. Bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Cups. So some sort of offer, grand gesture. You could be making an offer on something or making some sort of grand gesture towards someone. Kind, gentle, loving, romantic, even with the Knight of Cups. Or this could be something that is coming your way. You could be dealing with another water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This could also be an offer in terms of your work, in terms of your business, in terms of your home. That's going to make you very happy. And for some of you, this feels like saving grace or a knight in shining armor. So something happening to save the day at the last minute, okay, or something like that. So let's see. Current situation, we have the Devil. Well, that's just great. So Capricorn energy. Now, the Devil talks about obsession, things out of control, or feeling like we don't have control in a situation. Could be talking about addictions, controlling people or tendencies, okay? Unhealthy habits, overdoing it, something to the extreme, okay? And the challenge, we have the Eight of Wands. So with the challenge, the Eight of Wands, this could be some sort of, it could be impulsive communication. It could be things that are not completely thought through. Something, someone jumping the gun, someone getting ahead of themselves. In terms of challenge, this could also be a restriction in communication. It could be technology problems, okay? But it could also be where your messages aren't getting delivered or you're not getting through to someone or vice versa. So let's see. If you've been dealing with a restrictive situation where your movement has been restricted or your ability to do what you want to do, right? Your freedom has been restricted somehow. If it's freedom of speech, if it's freedom of movement, if it's, someone trying to control you and rule your free will, whatever that is, it could be that that's where this Knight in Shining Armor is coming in to kind of help you out of there. On the mind, and put the roles where they go. You could be doing this for someone else as well. Okay, on the mind, we have the Page of Coins, so the Page of Pentacles. So some sort of good news, offer, invitation, good news about money, job opportunity, job offer presented to you. Could also be a gift presented to you, a token. It's usually supportive energy, helping hands, okay? So it goes in line with the Knight in Shining Armor theory. Acts of service. For some of you, we'll see what other cards we have here, but for some of you, this could also be someone kind of going overboard now to either win you back, for you to change your mind about leaving, for you to change your mind about quitting, because you told them, either you stopped communication, you stopped engaging, you told them you're leaving, you told them you quit, you told them you're not, putting up with this anymore. So now they feel like they have to do something big because they don't want you to go or they don't want to lose you or however that resonates. Yeah, look, in the foundation we have the Fool. This is freedom. This is walking your own path. This is starting fresh, starting over, leaving burdens behind, doing your own thing. I feel like if someone was holding something over your head, like they knew you wouldn't leave until they paid you back, or they knew you wouldn't leave until they gave you back your property, or they knew you wouldn't leave something behind or whatever, and they were holding on to it intentionally. This is where with the Fool, you're saying, you know what, keep it. I don't care. I'm out. So then they lost their leverage over you. So now they feel like they have to do something really big, right? To keep you from going or something like that. Yeah, look, the Eight of Cups in the recent past. You've detached from this person. You've pulled your emotions away from this person. If you still have to see them and engage with them every day, if it's a manager, if it's a coworker, if it's a neighbor, it's very unemotional. You've been very unemotional. You did not give them the access to you that they had to you before. Okay, you've been strictly professional, or you've been avoiding them, not communicating. Yeah, I just feel like someone's getting desperate now and they're going to try to do something because they're terrified. Nine of Swords. Ay, ay, ay. Pisces, did you call someone's bluff? You know, they're freaking out because they're realizing that they actually lost you, or they're actually losing you. And yeah, just be prepared for some sort of desperate gesture. Now, for some of you, it can be something like romantic proposals, right? Um, but it can also be someone just being overly emotional. So someone could be crying crocodile tears and, doing too much and trying to get you to feel sorry for them, to feel something, right? It's to pull at your heartstrings however they can. Someone's giving you some sort of sad story. Pisces, if you leave, they're going to ask me what happened. I'm going to get exposed. I'm going to get caught. I'm really sorry. That's not going to happen again. Just don't leave. Maybe this is someone who's already on their last strike or already under some sort of ultimatum energy. If it's one more thing that happens, because of them, they may lose their job or something like that, right? But it's like, well, you really should have thought of that about that before you did whatever you did. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, under the Knight of Cups, the Five of Swords. This person was ruthless to you. This person was a bully. This person was abusive, verbally, emotionally, and now they're terrified. Now they're like, oh, wait, that didn't work? Pisces didn't fall in line? Oh, well, I got nothing. Whatever they thought they had over you, whatever they thought lever they had, you just took that away from them. And now they're freaking out. This could just be someone who their ego's too big for their boots. Do you know what I mean? The kind of person that thought, you're never going to say anything, you're never going to do anything, you're never going to leave, you're never going to call them out, you're never going to report them. Well, yeah, this is someone feeling your absence or your detachment, and they're scared either of losing you or they're scared of the repercussions of their actions. If you've started any sort of case against them, any sort of complaints were filed or anything like that, they're terrified. Like, what have you been telling people? What do people know about them? Have you told HR about this? My. What is wrong with people? Okay, let's get more on this for Pisces. We have the Devil with the Ace of Swords. You called someone out, Pisces, or you took some legal action against someone, or you publicized what they were doing. You told someone, you told everyone, filed a report, filed a complaint, or you told them, I see what you're doing. I know what you're doing. You're not fooling anybody, right? You took a stand against this person. You may have issued some sort of ultimatum. I also hear, if you don't tell the truth, I will. Now, this could be between you and a sibling going on, right? Whatever. And this is someone who always lets you take the blame for things, or lets you take the rap, or always sends you to apologize to people on their behalf, right? But they never do it. And so you told this person, this ends today. We're not doing this anymore. I'm not your scapegoat anymore. And you gave someone some sort of ultimatum of, you either do this or I will. You say this or I will. You tell the truth or I will. So now they're freaking out. And yeah, they're going to try. They're going to try to do something big to get you to feel something. Whether it's feel sorry for them, whether it's they're giving you something that they know you've always wanted, whatever it is, they're trying to overwhelm you so you change your mind. Eight of Wands in the challenge, the Six of Cups. This is the past repeating itself, Pisces. They've done this before. They've done this multiple times. This can be a sibling dynamic. It can be a friendship dynamic. It can be a love dynamic. You're familiar with this. You know the pattern. You see the pattern. And it's like, here we go again. For others of you, this is someone that whenever they get called out for something, instead of apologizing and taking accountability or ownership and just, putting their hands up saying, I'm sorry, they start throwing things in your face. They start turning it on you. They start bringing stuff up from the past that you did to them. They may even be making stuff up, like exaggerating to make themselves look like the victim. Who are you dealing with, Pisces? Page of Coins on the mind. King of Coins. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. This can be a manager, micromanager, a bully. This is someone who, they have double standards. Okay, in terms of how you should treat them, they have certain standards, but then they're not reciprocated. They think they're high and mighty. They think they're better than they are. They think they deserve more than they do. This is someone who gives a little and expects a lot in return. For others of you, this is a legal case involving money, payment, insurance, fraud, theft, inheritance battles. And this person's realizing that they're about to lose their case. And that's why now they're going overboard. The Fool in the Foundation. King of Cups. Yeah, look. You're like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm at peace. I'm done. I'm good with my decision. I choose me. Okay, you're not destabilized. You're very stable emotionally. You're diplomatic. You're respectful and resourceful. But you're doing what needs to be done in this situation. Okay. For those of you, you're dealing with a water sign who's just been acting foolishly, immaturely. There you go, got too big for the boots. They thought they're worth more than they are to you. They thought you thought more of them than you do. I don't know. Eight of Cups in the recent past. The Hermit. Yeah, you either you ghosted this person, you completely stopped communicating, you completely stopped engaging, or you just withdrew emotionally from this person with the Eight of Cups and the Hermit. You might have spoken to someone about your options and then served them with some sort of legal document. Okay? You might have gotten some professional advice and then took some sort of legal action based on that advice. And now this person is shaking in their boots. So let's see what they're going to do now that you care. Nine of Swords. The World. They're afraid you're going to leave. The Nine of Wands. They're afraid you're going to leave. They're terrified you're going to leave. Pisces, listen. Is this person a horrible, evil, scum of the earth? They may be, they may not be. Whatever they did, they went too far. That's what this is. Are they genuinely scared of losing you? Are they genuinely scared of the repercussions of their actions? Yes, they are. But they still did what they did, and they said what they said. What else for Pisces? Here we go. Page of Cups. Apology. They'll say that the issue is, how do you believe it? Because at this point, they'll say anything they think they have to say to keep me from leaving, or to keep you from taking action against them or reporting them. The Emperor. They're afraid of a higher power. They're afraid of the authorities. They're afraid of the law. They're afraid of, for some of you, they're afraid of your big brother. They're afraid of your father. They're afraid of whatever the authority figure is in the situation. And the Nine of Coins. A lot of nines. Do we have all the nines? So Nine of Swords, Nine of Wands, Nine of Coins. No, we don't have the Nine of Cups yet. But, yeah, this is someone who knows the end is near. They know the end is near. They see you're completely detached. They see you've completely released the situation. You have nothing to lose. You've completely taken your hands off. Not only that, but you're taking some sort of action against this person. Whether it's, putting them in their place, or telling them, I'm going to need my keys back, or whatever the action is. And it's dawning on them that you mean it, and it's dawning on them that it's about to be over. Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This could be your energy. Male or female, doesn't matter. You're like, listen, I don't deserve this, and I don't accept this. The name Rachel could be significant for some of you. I got options. Queen of Wands, Seven of Cups. I got options. Queen of Coins. I got money. I got resources. I got friends. Ten of Cups. I'm not alone. Eight of Swords. Isolation. Knight of Wands. Page of Swords. For some of you, this person was counting on the fact that you wouldn't talk about it. You wouldn't tell people what was going on. I'm not going to lie, Pisces, this feels very abusive. God forbid it's physical as well, but it's definitely verbal, mental, emotional. And this person was relying on the fact that you weren't telling other people. So they were, that was something that gave them a cloak, right? Well, they're about to be exposed, or they've already been exposed, and now they're trembling in their boots. Do you need to care about this, Pisces? No, you do not. What they did was absolutely out of order. Absolutely. There's no excuse. Will they try to give you excuses? Yes, they will. There's no excuse. So, you're going to have a decision to make, Pisces, of what do you do when this person makes some sort of gesture towards you. Tries now to apologize, tries now to play nice, tries now to be reasonable, tries now to be fair. But it's because they're terrified that you will leave. And more than that, depending on situation, terrified that you will leave and terrified that you will go straight to the authorities, whatever the authorities are in the situation, and tell them everything. This is someone, Pisces, I'm not going to lie to you, this is someone who's a piece of work, okay? They may have even been taking your money. So whether or not they haven't been paying you correctly and they've just been gaslighting you or stalling or, nitpicking and finding reasons to say, oh no, that you don't deserve for full payment. And they've been pocketing that money. And they know if you go to the authorities, it's all going to come out and they're going to have to pay you that money back, and they don't have it. They're freaking out. This could be someone that took credit for your work. And if you leave, it's all going to come out because they don't know what to do. They're incapable. They're incompetent. Sorry. This could be someone who has some sort of standing in the community. And it's like, if this comes out, I'll be ruined. My reputation will be ruined. I will lose money because maybe people won't want to work with them or sponsor them or whatever the case may be. They could even be afraid with the Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords of going to jail. So Pisces, get ready for some sort of desperate act. And it's up to you. This person is truly at your mercy. And I think it's finally dawned on them that you are also aware of that fact. Depending on how this person treated you and what they did to you, you treat them the way you think is best. You do what you think is right and fair in the situation. And that's all I'm going to say. Because for some of you, this person deserves the full wrath of the law, whatever that law is. For other people, this could be a wake-up call, but this is the kind of situation that even if it is a wake-up call and even if they improve, they come back to reality. This is someone, it could be someone that had some success and it went to their head. They had some financial gains and it went to their head. They started getting attention from people, fame, popularity, and it went to their head. And then they started looking down on you, mistreating you, etc., etc. Okay? So it could be that they have this epiphany and their ego gets taken down a few notches. But it's the kind of situation that you're always going to have to be vigilant. Even if they do get it and they do start making changes, because for some of you that can be the case, and they do start making changes, and they are genuine, it's the kind of situation where you're always going to have to be vigilant with this person. Because if you're not careful and things start to slip, you let things slide again for any small thing, that will be the roller coaster that you get back on, and that will be the snowball that eventually will get back to this situation or worse. For some of you, you will give this person a chance if they get help, if they go to rehab, if they make amends, if they make some sort of public apology gesture, tell the truth, right? Whatever it is, for some of you, that could be what's going on here. For others, you're absolutely taking them to court. You're absolutely showing them no mercy because they showed you no mercy. And you're going to get your money back, and you're going to get your property back. You're going to get your name cleared. They may even go to jail. It's consequences. Karma. What are you going to do, right? And for others of you, I do see, you kind of accepting the apology, taking what's yours, receiving what's yours, and then never dealing with this person ever again. It'll be different scenarios for everybody, but get ready for some sort of desperate act. A plea from fear and desperation. Out of fear and desperation. I do see someone just getting dressed up, doing their hair, doing their nails, their makeup. Sorry, I bumped my mic. Getting some sort of something prepared for you, if it's a gift, and making sure there's bows on it, or there's whatever, if there's flowers, if just making sure everything's on point, to show up in this grand way, making sure everything's on point. And you're going to get anything from apology. I don't see deception in their apology. They mean the apology, but they mean it for now. Who's to say about later? And it's also a case of, if you had just apologized 2 weeks ago, 3 months ago, 2 years ago, we wouldn't be in this situation. It had to get this far for you to just apologize, or for you to just acknowledge, do you see what I'm saying? There may be tears. There may be begging. I'm going to be honest with you. If you care, you don't have to, Pisces. Honestly, completely up to you. Whatever you think is fair in this situation. All right, let's see. We have a couple of new oracle decks, but we're using one today. Let's see. Additional clarity and advice for Pisces when it comes to this situation. We get 2 cards, and then we'll look at the bottom of the deck. We have carried away. This person got carried away. They really did, Pisces. They really did, by their ego. Some form of addiction, whatever it is. Now, we have, and here we go. Let yourself be caught up in the whirlwind of a romantic moment. This is that grand gesture. And this is what this person hopes you'll do. Their grand gesture, their romantic gesture, or whatever kind of gesture it is, will be enough for you to get carried away in that and forgive them, or whatever it is, right? Do whatever they want you to do. And if you flip it over, we have unlock your heart, embrace vulnerability, let love guide your journey to self-discovery. This is what this person is hoping will happen, that you're going to get carried away by their gesture, and you're open up your heart to them, meaning accept their apology, forgive them, withdraw your case, come back, whatever the case may be. Okay. We have trust yourself, let your intuition be the compass that leads you through murky waters. And then we have go your own way, trust your intuition and embrace individuality, Fool energy, paving your path with courage and authenticity. The Fool with the King of Cups, okay? There we go. One last move. You've come far on your journey. Keep going, and you will soon see what you have accomplished. This is this ending energy, okay? All the nines, three nines, and then the World card. Almost there. Persist with faith. You are on the brink of a breakthrough. Your efforts are about to bear fruit, okay? So, you're about to get something out of a situation that you did want, you still want, or at some point in time really, really wanted. It's just a case of whatever you think is best and fair in the situation, that's what you need to do, Pisces. But just be prepared. Someone's about to take some sort of action towards you. It's coming from a place of desperation. It's coming from a place of genuine fear. There is affection here as well, or there was at some point in time with the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups, King of Cups, Six of Cups, okay? I just feel like this person got carried away. However that resonates to you, right? They took you for granted. They took out their frustrations on you. They overstepped. They bullied you. Whatever someone else did to them, they did to you. They thought they they're too good for you, okay, because some sort of power or success or attention went to their head. Spoke over you, took credit for your work because they thought you'll never do anything about it, okay. They got carried away, and they're about to deal with the consequences of that, Pisces. All right, so you do what you think is best, okay? Be in your confidence, be in your strength, in your power. And we show kindness and grace to people who deserve kindness and grace. And then people who don't deserve that, we don't have to go attacking and we don't have to wish them ill. But we do have to put up boundaries and treat them the way they deserve to be treated, okay? With the fairness that they deserve, okay? So I'm just going to leave that there for you. Looking forward to your thoughts, your comments. Let me know how this resonates. I hope it helps. I hope it gives you some reassurance and some confirmation that you're not being selfish and you're not being a bad person and you're not, you are not the bully. You are not the one doing wrong in this situation because you took a stand to a bully, okay? So I hope this gives you the clarity, confirmation to do whatever you think is fair to do in the situation. It's completely up to you, Pisces, okay? So have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. And I always forget, I am running a special. Details in the description box below. Bye for now.